Shocking to everybody, Centerton just announced a plan for a brand new actual downtown section. This will change Centerton forever. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Asheville, I could have moved to Utah, I could have moved to Colorado, I could have moved to Texas, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. But I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America, literally by far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, email me, whatever it is. We can meet up for coffee and talk about, again, why I chose Northwest Arkansas, again, anywhere else in America. Side note, if you are looking to reload to Northwest Arkansas, again, let me know right away. I help so many people every single year move from one state to Northwest Arkansas. My biggest vision, again, is helping as many people move here as possible to, again, the #1 place to live in America. All right, so yes, plans have finally came out. Rumors, maps, ideas, township meetings, the whole thing. It's really becoming a true thing that Centerton is going to build a downtown section for Centerton. Just a little backstory, if you've ever heard of Centerton is adjacent to Bentonville. I'll put maps right here, of course. But the problem with Centerton is that great for housing, close to Walmart HQ, getting closer to trail systems, all the benefits of Bentonville, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when it comes to downtown section of Centerton, it's like, hey, I want to go to the park, I want to go to a square, I want to go shopping. It's like, that ain't gonna happen in Centerton. With this new actual proposal and everything coming about it, it's going to open up 400 acres, which is a large downtown section, dedicated to the downtown section of Centerton. I think this is a very good idea. First of all, because a lot of these adjacent towns, as they grow up, a lot of them are stifled because they don't have a downtown section. Centerton could be the curse of that. One area specifically is a place called Farmington, which is between, it goes Fayetteville, Farmington, Prairie Grove. Farmington is just a pass-through city. There's no downtown section. Great for housing, not a lot going on. Prairie Grove, on the other hand, is a very historic downtown section. Lovely, cute, all the things you want to know about those, cute 1900, 1950 towns, that is Prairie Grove. Great time. But Farmington, just a pass-through city. Either people go to Prairie Grove or they go to Fayetteville, but they don't hang around in Farmington. So having Centerton do this makes a lot of sense, and it's much needed because as people have, they say go to the downtown section of Centerton, there ain't no downtown section. It's literally one road. It's one road, and there's like 2 businesses on it. So anyways, that's the first section, is actually the why of what's actually happening. 400 acres of pure farmland is going to be converted, at least on the table at the moment, to actual designated to the downtown section of Centerton. And the second thing we need to cover about this brand new section of downtown Centerton is going to be what's actually going to be part of this downtown section. I've looked at a lot of the proposals, a lot of things that people are saying, both on the internet as well as actually the people that are part of the city itself, a lot of proposals. And the idea is, potentially a library, obviously senior centers, parks, pools, recreation centers, things that are actually needed to build out Centerton itself. The thing that's gonna be different is it's gonna be very condensed in 400 acres rather than spread out. And that could be probably more of a good thing just because it's one centrally located, so I definitely appreciate that. There is arguments that, like for instance, Bentonville has the Bentonville Community Center, which is a little bit farther south. Then you have the splash pad, which is in downtown Bentonville. Then you have the trail systems, then you have things more adjacent and kind of spread out. And, it would be nice to have things more compact. So you have, different parking, different things, and so you can kind of bop around based on kids or family, or whatever the case is. So regardless, having 400 acres dedicated to this is a great thing, but obviously it's gonna be definitely a blend of a square, retail, parks, recreation. They really want to get away from having so many people travel to downtown Bentonville to do things down there. So allowing shops, restaurants, climbing centers, mini golf, all of those kind of fun things you can kind of pack into a kind of a central area is going to be kind of part of the package when it comes to the downtown section of Centerton. Now, this is not going to be all obviously city funded. They're going to be needing obviously investors and business owners, small business owners, local restaurants, building the right things and getting the opportunities, the ground ready for these things to happen. So would not be very shocked to see a lot of those restaurants that are one-offs that want to expand into something be part of this whole downtown section because, it's kind of not a once in a lifetime opportunity, but if you're kind of a new business and you're growing very well, it's hard to afford a lease in downtown Bentonville, or maybe downtown Fayetteville, but it would be very affordable to start your business in downtown Centerton. So this is going to unlock a huge opportunity for businesses in the area to either start or grow into this huge section. So big win for Centerton to allow these things to happen. Now, obviously getting it to the finish line, whole different story, but regardless, at least they're aware, because some cities just don't ever do this, and some cities don't even have the actual land mass to be able to do this. So taking a little bit initiation, be like, hey, we need to do this now. They should have done it 5 years ago, but whatever. But regardless, getting it done now is important to do it now versus 15 years, because that land ain't gonna be there. I promise you that. Whoa, 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 whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to take a trip down here, maybe you're looking to check out the whole area, checking to see if it's for you, maybe you're just checking out just vacations. I made 3-day itineraries, like literally day by day, restaurant by restaurant, thing by thing, everything when it comes to Northwest Arkansas. So basically you have a full-on plan of what to do when you roll into town. So maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. I have 3-day itineraries linked down below for you. So go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. Also, you might be using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally, it's Instant Home Updates. So enter information below: name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday, I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on First Fridays? When is First Thursdays? What's going on in Fayetteville? What new buildings are coming to Springdale? What new things are going on in Rogers? When's the Saturday? There are so many things all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below. I make sure you get that email every single Friday, but I need you to be aware. I need you to heads up. You will get a little fear of missing out, a little, we'll say FOMO, so to speak, but I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make it down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third thing we need to cover when it comes to Centerton, this brand new downtown section, is it gonna change home prices in Centerton? The short answer is probably, and probably in a good way for people who already currently own. The reason being is because the idea behind Centerton, why you could go a little bit cheaper, is because the land was cheaper first off, so development's much more affordable. But now that there's less acres, 400 less acres, that changes the game a little bit. It's gonna change, a lot of the disadvantages to going to Centerton was because you had to go somewhat far to Bentonville. And so when you start seeing these build-outs happening, you start seeing these recreation stuff happening, you start seeing these things happen, you're gonna be like, oh, I wanna get a house near the downtown section of Centerton. I want to be able to drive my kids 3 minutes in Centerton versus, 15 minutes to Bentonville. So the prices will naturally rise. Gentry, Gravette, those ones on the outskirts of Centerton will probably become the new Centerton to some extent in the next 5 years because of these obvious reasons. And so there is a direct connection from Gentry and Gravette to Centerton. Once that build out happens in Centerton and you start seeing these things come together, obviously people are going to move a little bit farther out, maybe want to be a little bit farther away from town and drive into Centerton versus drive into obviously Bentonville. And so that's becoming more the common theme here in Northwest Arkansas. So will home prices change? Yes. I do not see them going down in really any shape or form, if I'm being completely honest, because of obviously the acquisition of land and just the future growth of Centerton is obviously being very public. And so you can start seeing these things come to pass and home prices will probably go up in Centerton. The next probably jump is going to be obviously Gravette and Gentry and potentially around that kind of other 59, which is the other highway, which is much smaller highway on the far west side of Northwest Arkansas. So keep that in mind if you're looking to buy in Centerton. Now would be probably the next year or two be a great time to purchase before they really start diving into that downtown section of Centerton. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds like what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide, literally made by me, of all the things happening in Northwest Arkansas. Population, demographics, schools, all the things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas, all the cool things happening, all the things right here, 120-page guide, comes right to your home. It comes with my 3-day itineraries, it comes with postcards, it comes with stickers. It comes with this handy dandy, you just get this for obvious reasons, the NWA coloring book, the coloring book, all right? This is just a trip and a half. I think I'm in here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, there I am. Ah. You need this. You want this. I will send this to you, I promise. Anyways, you definitely want the NWA Starter Pack. So it's literally a box shipped right to your home. Right to your home. Enter your name below. Enter your address below. Make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Box right to your home. Side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It's my favorite folder F word. Free! So enter information below. Make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. Alright guys, it's the next one.